Yeah, so that is the sound of the Tascam. I just got this week. I've been trying out some connections with it. Really loving it so far. I mean, there's hardly anything that I can say bad about it. So if you're new to the channel, I make beats. I have an NPC, and that's the reason why I also have the Tascam, because the Tascam can actually become the inputs and outputs of the NPC. That's right there, sitting right there where I make my beats. The reason why I got this is because of two main things. There are a lot of things that you can do with it. It's actually a very versatile machine. But two main things are the reason why I got it. One is because I have a lot of gear in the studio and I want to connect everything to one place. So I have a lot of inputs to do that right now. This being an interface and now being actually the inputs and outputs of my MPC, I can connect a bunch of gear. My drums will be sitting right here. That's my Moog, my Rhodes, a guitar, a bass, extra microphones for recording just extra sounds from other instruments. You have some inserts here that you can connect to put things like my Ecolette here. You know, it's just a very versatile machine. But really the reason is because, you know, I was making beats on the MPC, and whenever I wanted to go for the drums to record some sounds, or I wanted to plug in a microphone, I was always having to stop the workflow, connect everything, check levels. So the main reason why this is here is that I can have everything plugged in, ready to go. That is the main reason, and so far it's doing a great job. It has some nice preamps. At first I felt like they needed a bit too much push, but I actually found a sweet spot and they work quite well. This is my Rhodes right here connected to channel 1. There's a bit of noise there. It's not from the interface, that's just static noise. And so yeah, I can quickly just open up a channel, open up a fader, and that's it. This is the input actually now on my MPC, which is really something to have all these inputs ready to go. So if I wanna, you know, go to the drums and play something real quick and just test out ideas, I can do that. I don't need to be micing up anything anymore. I'm just ready to go. It's just a matter of pushing in the faders, pulling up the faders, and record. That's such a nice thing. It's going to change my workflow quite a lot. And that is for anything that I want to connect here in the studio. That is the main reason. The second reason is because, you know, I was always very much interested in going a step further and mixing in analog. This is perfect because this is all analog right here, and I can send each channel of the MPC into a channel like this, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm sending my drums here to this 2 tracks. So I'm just going to mute all these other tracks right here, okay? And you can hear the drums right now. They're on these 2 tracks, and you know, of course, I'm applying effects here. I'm applying the EQ and a little bit of the compressor as well. So in this case, I've built the beat on the MPC, and now I'm just routing each individual sample or group into one of these, however you want to really, you know, send the signal. In this case, I'm sending the entire drum set into a stereo bus here, but I could be sending just the kick, the snare, and whatever, really. It's up to you how you want to route it. You also have subgroups that you can, you know, put groups into in this mixer. So again, it's a very versatile. I'm doing here a bit of EQing and compression, so you can hear the sound with and without. So this is with. This is without. There's actually a bit of compression and EQing on the master as well. So I'm going to take that off. And this is the actual sound coming out of the MPC. And the great thing about this is that I can send each sample or sound or drum or whatever into one specific channel and be mixing live. Routing things from the MPC is quite simple. There's nothing to it. All you have to do, first of all, is go to your preferences and make sure that under audio device, you have the Tascam selected and you put on the 32 inputs. That's it. Once you do that, you're going to have to turn this back on. You have to reset it. But once you do that, it will give you the ability to work with the Tascam. And once you route anything, let's say you want to route the pad, the channel 1, you have 1 and 2, but you also have your monos. So that's it. All you have to do is just send it to channel 1 and it will be playing in channel number 1. That's how easy it is, really. If you go into the program, you see that I have it sent. This specific track is going to, or I should say the program really is going into output 11 and 12. The only thing that you have to do in the mixer is to turn this to USB, because this is how you listen to it from the tracks or from the programs in the MPC. So if you want to listen to the tracks from the MPC, you got to put it to USB. If you want to listen to the preamps, you got to put it to mic, to line, and then you'll be able to listen to this channel and run this mic through the EQ and down into the faders. But you can also listen to the mic in USB, because this channel will still be available inside of the MPC. The only thing is going to change is that this preamp is not going to go down through the EQs. It's just going to go straight into the MPC. It's not going to run through the compressor and EQs or faders. So you can use both at the same time. But if you want to use the EQs and everything here, you got to set it to mic, but then you'll lose the channel from the MPC. It's just a little trait. You got to work with that. All sounds are running through this EQ, a compressor, and then going into the master bus. It has a master bus right there, and EQ as well. So those are digital, and these are all analog. This compressor sounds really nice. I'm really loving it. So I'm actually going to do a comparison. You've heard the beat at the beginning, but I'll do a comparison here with all the effects on and off. I'm actually also using the reverb here to give a bit of room to the whole mix. This is just something I pulled up. This is the first mix that I did on this. I'm still kind of figuring out and testing the sound and everything. I just wanted to show the board, talk a little bit about why I'm using it, and but I'll make a bunch of videos on how I'm connecting everything as well. I'm going to first just take off all these effects. So that's muting here the EQ. Then I'm going to mute the bus compressor here in the EQ as well, taking away the reverb, and this is how it sounds without anything. Yeah, and I'm not using any extra effects. This is just the sound of the mixer. There's a Bluetooth here that I really like. I think this is great. Other people have mentioned this, is that, you know, what you can do with it is listen to tracks. So you got reference tracks while you're mixing. You can have this channel open on your phone. You're kind of just looking for tracks and play it through this channel. It doesn't have an EQ or anything. And then you can just reference whatever mix you're doing, reference it through that. I just love having the Bluetooth right there, man. It's great. I can connect my TV. You got subgroups that you can send and then return as well, so you can have like this loop to catch effects, come back. I mean, there's just so much that you can do with this machine. I still haven't plugged everything. I still need to get some mics for this as well, some cables. But once I have everything running, it's going to be great. I'm going to maybe connect this and try effects into the board as well. But this might be just connected to, because I like to use these as my mastering output. I will still use this as my master, but this actually sounds really nice. I'm really happy with the result of that. I was surprised by how good it sounds. Recently, I've been playing with the band. I want to go live and play with them live. This is going to be so nice to just record rehearsals or even take to the gigs. I don't know what's going to happen. Probably not take it to the gig. I just want to keep this in the studio. But to record, have the band come in and just, have a channel right there, record it straight into the SD. I haven't tried that yet. I mean, this is just fresh out the box. This is the first mix that I'm trying. I'm just trying to get to know this. Everything seems to work quite easily. There's not much to figure out here. Everything's very self-explanatory. It's easy to use. I'll be making a lot of videos with this. Probably I'll be building templates on the MPC to work alongside this. All right, man, peace. Thank you so much for watching the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.